And now, please join me in welcoming the class of 2017. And now, please rise for the singing of our national anthem as performed by the senior members of the Newton South Madrigals.
Oh no, sit back two, right? Back two, front two.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you to the entire Newton South Music Department for your efforts throughout the year and for your contributions this evening. I would also like to thank the graduation committee, led by Julie Stonehill and Ted Delacondro, who are in turn assisted by many other staff members. I particularly want to thank our custodial and secretarial staff and Mr. Ryan Spruck for their efforts. This event could not happen without you. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to welcome and introduce the many distinguished community leaders we have joining us this evening. Please hold off your applause until I have introduced everyone. As I call your name, if you would please stand or raise your hand. First, the Honorable Mayor Seti Warren. And please hold your applause. Newton City Councilors Jay Harney, Richard Lipoff, Susan Albright, Ruth Ann Fuller, Amy Sangiolo, Scott Lennon, David Callis, John Rice, and Cheryl Lappin. Newton School Committee members Margaret Albright, Diana Fisher Gomberg, Angela Pitter Wright, Margie Ross Dechter, Stephen Siegel, Ruth Goldman, and Ellen Gibson. Central staff members, Dr. David Fleischman, Superintendent, Toby Romer, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education and Special Programs, Liam Hurley, Assistant Superintendent, Chief Financial Officer and Administrative Officer, Mary Ike, Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning, Cynthia Paris Jeffries, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary School, Karen Schmuckler, Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, Heather Richards, Director of Human Resources, Maricel Sheets, Metco Director, Mike Zillis, NTA President, Principals, John Jordan of Brown Middle School, Jonathan Haratunian of Oak Hill Middle School, Vice Principal of Newton South High School, Candace Bierman, and Principal of Newton South High School, Joel Stembridge. Welcome all. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our mayor, the Honorable Seti Warren.
Congratulations, graduates! First, I want to thank the incredible teachers, educators, staff members that made this day happen. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. You guys make it happen every day, and we know it. Thank you. I want to first, there's a young child back there that's going to compete with me this evening, I know. I hope I don't put she or he to sleep. Graduates, what I want to do first, as I always do, is take a few moments just to recognize some of the highlights from this year's class. This year, class of 2017, you placed second at the Massachusetts Envirothon. The Lions Roar won Best in Show at the National Scholastic Press Association Awards. In math, you placed third in states and New England regionals. 2 honorable mention teams in Moody's Mega Math Challenge, a real-world mathematical modeling challenge that tackled the effects of rising sea levels on national parks. 25 speech and debate team members qualified for nationals. You placed second at state competition and speech events and third in debate. Orchestra received a gold medal at the Massachusetts Instrumental Choral Conductors Association Festival. You earned gold medals at the Massachusetts Association of Jazz Education for the Jazz Ensemble and the Jazz Combo. South Stage performed the musical Rent in front of 3 sold-out houses and raised over $2,500 for Broadway Cares Equity Fight AIDS. Youth Commission had the Listen event at North and brought over 35 students from both North and South together to learn different ways to communicate respectively and with empathy with those who have different political views. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's leadership. That is leadership. Thank you. This is clearly a very talented class with a long list of accomplishments. But just as important, I want you to know that this community has been impressed by your leadership. We all know we live in complicated times. If we are truly going to live up to our full potential as a community and a country, it will take work. Our rights are sacred, but not always ensured by the law. This year, we celebrate the 100th birthday of Massachusetts native President John F. Kennedy. President Kennedy tried to find ways to highlight and define leadership through his public speeches that could easily apply to today's society. I believe his remarks at Vanderbilt University focused on the roles of citizen leadership in protecting the rights of all. In May of 1963, President Kennedy said, "This nation was not founded solely on the principle of citizens' rights. Equally important, though too often not discussed, is the citizen's responsibility. For our privileges can be no greater than our obligations. The protection of our rights can endure no longer than the performance of our responsibilities. Each can be neglected only at the peril of the other. Equality of opportunity does not mean equality of responsibility. All Americans must be responsible citizens, but some must be more responsible than others by virtue of their public or their private position, their role in the family or community, their prospects for the future, or their legacy from the past. Increased responsibility goes with increased ability, for of those who much is given, much is required." JFK, 1963. I always encourage young people to pursue a career in public service, but it is just as important, if not more so, that everyone, regardless of vocation, devotes themselves to active citizen leadership. It is essential but not enough to show up and cast a ballot on Election Day. We have to work for the country and community we want to become. We have to reach out to those who disagree with us or come from different backgrounds. We must work hard to understand the perspective of those who look differently or think differently than we do. And we must always push for decisions and actions that lead toward the common good. We share this responsibility so that we all may enjoy these rights. I know and we know this class, your class, is up to the challenge because we have seen your leadership right here at Newton South. We expect great things from you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Warren. At this point in time, please welcome Margie Ross Dector and Stephen Siegel, representing the Newton School Committee.
Good evening, and thank you. They say that being on school committee is a thankless job, but actually it comes with a wonderful perk. A member who's the parent of a graduating senior may briefly address the class and give a shout out to their kid. My daughter's senior slump wasn't so bad, so she's here and therefore so am I. For starters, I'm delighted and honored to offer the heartfelt congratulations of the school committee to the Newton South High School graduating class of 2017. Congratulations. I personally have seen so many of you working so hard to get to this moment, and I feel inspired by your efforts. And now, Tema Siegel. Let's see, your mom told me, don't embarrass, don't embarrass, don't embarrass. All right, so Tema, congratulations on being the remarkably creative, empathic, wonderful, difficult daughter that you are. Your mom and I are thrilled and proud to be your parents and to be here with you on your graduation. I graduated from Norwalk High School in Connecticut in 1977. I have absolutely no idea who spoke at my graduation. 4 years later, I graduated from the University of Connecticut. Do you know who spoke at our graduation? No idea. What inspiring words were spoken? I do remember that the speaker did one of those counts about how many hours we all have left in our lives, and it seemed pretty depressing at the time. You will spend 162,000 hours sleeping, 93,000 hours working, 39,000 hours eating. Don't waste time. That's it? That's inspiration? So in preparing for tonight, I reflected upon what I still carry with me from the day of my own graduation. What I realized is that 40 years later, I still feel the influence of Babette Bowden, my demanding and cool English teacher, who taught me to expect more of myself. And I still instruct my office staff with the words of Terry Reeby, my brilliant and raw AP physics teacher, who taught me about accuracy and rigorous logic. I still feel the comfort of the constant friendships offered by Rob Wilson and Don Siegel, remain intrigued by the thoughtful rebellion of Keith Buckley, and still follow the examples of playfulness combined with academic success of our valedictorian, Jack Orris, 40 years later. I didn't quite appreciate their significance then, but I easily remember these teachers and peers who helped get me through high school and whose lessons remain with me today. So my suggestion is that you look around you right now and acknowledge the people sitting with you, the friends and the teachers who helped get you to this moment, and whose presence, lessons, words, and friendships you may carry with you from this day forward. Because if you're anything like me, you'll look back in 40 years and be entirely clear of how important they were in helping shape your life. I leave you with a quiz to run at your 40th high school reunion. Who were the speakers at your graduation? Thank you. Congratulations.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations, class of 2017. On behalf of the Newton School Committee, and we've had a double treat tonight, both of our children are graduating, we'd like to express our deep gratitude to this community and to Newton South's devoted and talented faculty and staff. And as I conclude my 8th and final year of my term, I can unequivocally say that the impact that you've made on the lives of our children has been immeasurable. Tonight is one of great joy for all of us, and we are all so incredibly proud, and as our children take this rite of passage. Noah, my turn to call you out. Your dad, who is a graduate of 1987 of Newton South, your grandparents, you can hear for 87, Julie Stonehill as well. Grandparents and your brothers and I are so incredibly proud of you, and you and the seniors here tonight have strengthened the community at South and beyond, and this gives us all great hope for the future. Hope is really critical in trying times, and the future of our world is seemingly on your shoulders. You are the next generation that will not only bear the consequences of our government action or inaction, but also have the duty to set it on track. At risk are all the things that we hold dear: our health, our freedom, our planet, but no pressure. Rest assured, parents, they have strong shoulders, and by way of example, I want to take us back to last November. Many students, and teachers for that matter, were asking tough questions about the world they live in and the place that they had in it. Forums large and small tackled issues about racism, human rights, women's rights, immigration, and civil action, among others. And underclassmen looked to you as role models at a time that even the adults were unsure of the answers to provide. So what did you do? On November 19th, shortly after the election, your class held a rally, and at that rally, you created those purple bracelets. Do you remember what they said? Those purple bracelets said, "Newton South, together we stand." And this class of 2017 is your rallying cry. This is your credo, it's your legacy, and yes, it's your future. Together we stand. Tikkun Olam is the world is in disrepair and will take courage and hard work, but I am confident that we have given you the tools that you need to repair it. You have been given enormous privilege, the benefit of a Newton education, and to go beyond traditional academics to grapple with questions about truth, justice, and respect for human differences. Here at South, you've been encouraged to speak up, to speak out, to share your ideas and have facts, the real ones, to defend them. And you took risks, and we celebrated those mistakes that you made. You learned to be an upstander instead of a bystander, and together we stand. In a school where achievement is perceived as paramount, many face their own personal struggles, and we recently held special celebrations for students who made it. They turned the negative into a positive. We made sure no one was left behind, and the band played for a crowd that was standing room only. Together we stand. Mr. Mayor, you would be proud to know that this week we registered 115 Newton South seniors to vote. Some boasted that they, yes. Some of you boasted that, that you had already voted, and others chided reluctant registrants about voter apathy. But watch out, I also heard among the crowd, there are several of you who are looking forward to a run, so you better watch out. But rest assured, we were thinking about the numbers, and if every graduate voted, that's 1% of the Newton population that could influence the next election here in Newton and beyond. We know that you'll come out and take a stand together. In closing, I'd like for you to think back to kindergarten. What were your hopes and dreams? What are they now? I suspect they may have changed, but whatever path you choose, you don't have to forge it alone. I hope that you'll stand with your community to make our world smarter, greener, healthier, more beautiful, more engaged, and yes, more inclusive. Class of 2017, look around you. Just take a minute to look around you, everybody in this room and side to side. Your teachers, your family and friends are here to support you on your journey, whatever it may be. You are the reason that we're here today. You are our greatest dreams come true. Now, go out and accomplish all of your dreams. We stand here together for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Margie Ross-Decter. Next, the Superintendent of the Newton Public Schools, Dr. David Fleischman.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. Hello, graduates. Graduates, let me be honest with you. I'm actually surprised your class is graduating on time, given how many snow days I've called over the past 4 years. 2 years ago, a number of the graduates of 2005, the class of 2015, and you'll remember this, Joel, instead of saying to me in the graduation line, thanks for all I've learned, thanks for a wonderful education, all they said was thanks for the snow days. And this year, I managed to call just 4, but I would say one of them could be considered a senior class gift. So thanking me, graduates, for the snow days would not be unreasonable. Weather, it's the ultimate safe conversation starter. What's the weather like out there? Looks like rain today. Hope the sun comes out soon. Politics, the ultimate unsafe conversation starter. But what do weather and politics have in common? As we learned this year, they are both pretty unpredictable. Much has been said, written, and done since the November 2016 election. I think it's been a particularly illuminating and reflective time for young people like yourselves. And so, as you begin your next venture in these unpredictable times, I offer these 3 thoughts. Number 1, stay engaged. A number of your teachers have shared with me that more of you are now politically engaged as a result of the election. That's a good thing. I encourage you to keep it up. Stay aware, active, and engaged. The political process does have an impact on your life, your family's life, and the lives of those in your community. Of course, it's easy to stay active when there's contention and drama and high stakes, and we sure have that. My challenge to you is to keep it up even when the waters seem calm. Your participation matters. Number 2, seek out differences. While I know your teachers have worked hard and successfully to expose you to diverse readings and ideas, let's face it, Newton does not completely prepare you for some of the thoughts and opinions that you will experience in other parts of the country, or frankly, even in Massachusetts. Some of you graduates will continue to face challenges in this arena as you may be entering college campuses where you will not hear a range of perspectives. The New York Times columnist Frank Bruni recently wrote that such environments can lead to intellectual impoverishment. Commentator Van Jones has spoken passionately about the risks of feeling safe ideologically. So I encourage you to seek out others different from yourself. There is real learning and understanding that can take place when we actively seek out situations that are unfamiliar and sometimes uncomfortable. Finally, be curious. As you seek out different points of view, it will be especially valuable if you are genuinely curious to understand, respect, and appreciate perspectives different than your own. Listen to someone else's life experience. Respect their point of view. You don't have to agree, and certainly you should stand up for what is wrong and unjust, as you have so well. But asking questions and listening with respect leads to meaningful dialogue, and that's when real problem solving can happen. While this is a tall order, I am hopeful and confident that members of this class will be in a position to make real contributions in our complicated and unpredictable world. Best of luck.
Thank you, Dr. Fleischman. Next, I will invite to the podium Amy Sangiolo, representing the City Council.
Dr. Fleischman, Mayor Warren, Principal Stembridge, parents, family, and friends, I'm pleased to be here to offer congratulations to the class of 2017 on behalf of the City Council. But first, congratulations to the faculty at Newton South. Your dedication to the education of our students is above and beyond and essential. You've shared your wisdom and knowledge to help them be well prepared for the challenges ahead. Thank you so much. To all the parents, congratulations to you as well. Your children are smart, talented, and caring, and for that we all are proud, as we know you are. Thank you for sharing them with us. It seems like only yesterday when we walked these students on their first day to school with their hands gripped tightly to ours. Some of them couldn't wait to run off and make new friends, and others were nervous and a little hesitant. But we gave them a big hug, kissed them, and guided them into that classroom. Some of us parents were ready to get the kids off to school, and others were just as nervous about letting go. We watched our children from a distance, teary-eyed and ready to step in if they needed us, kind of like today. Except now our children are older, wiser, smarter, and a lot taller. Some of us are still nervous about letting them go out on their own, but just like then, we're teary-eyed, but we'll watch them from a distance and be there when they need us. To my daughter, Midori, your grandparents and family are very proud of you. You have grown into a very kind and caring young woman, and we love you very much and want you to be happy. You took on a lot of challenges these past few years, some you chose and some not, but you made it with a lot of boba tea, and we're proud. Congratulations to you, Buns, and all your friends and Williams class of 2010. Good Valerie. And finally, to the class of 2017, some words from my rhyming heart on this wonderful day. Congrats to you, you've made it through, and just a few more things to say. We love you and will miss you as you go off on your way. My advice to you is to stay true to yourself and speak your mind, and always, always, always remember to be kind. Congratulations.
Next, it gives me great pride and pleasure to bring to the stage the combined choirs of Harambe and Madrigals under the direction of Katani Sumner, Liam Thomas, Jason Wang, and Ben Youngman. Thank you so much. Next, we will do the presentation of the class gift. I'd like to thank the class advisors of the senior class, Corey Davidson and Sam Lee, and I'd like to invite the senior class president, Bhavik Nagda, and the senior class vice president, Ria Dudani, and the 2017 class officers to the stage for a presentation.
First, I want to thank the administrators, city officials, and parents for making this afternoon unforgettable. Also, a huge thanks to Miss Lindy's Symphonic Band that has been here since 3 rehearsing for us. Class of 2017. After all those exams, classes, and late slips, after all that eating in the library, we have finally made it. Congratulations. So as we think about our class gift today, about our larger impact, I want to ask you, what comes to mind when you think about our class? Is it the amazing athletes or the singers and speakers and scientists? From a class office perspective, I can't help but think about our ambition and enthusiasm. Now, our class isn't easy to appease. We've never been fully satisfied with the number of parking spots, with our class apparel, or in this past week, with our access to graduation tickets. Yet, that's the most beautiful part. Our class isn't satisfied with the bare minimum. Instead, we've strived for more. We've gone above and beyond to better ourselves, our peers, and the institution of Newton South. I want to point out a few specific examples of this progressive student initiative that abounds within our class. First of all, we can all attest to the fact that the Aware Club has made immense strides towards destigmatizing mental health here at South throughout our 4 years here. Thanks to senior leaders Grace Leuchtenberger and Jesse Shiner, among others, who worked relentlessly to keep students safe and sane. Earlier this school year, after the national election and other incidents that seemed to divide the school, seniors Sarah King and Sam Armstrong designed wristbands for every student that Ms. Decter mentioned that read, "We stand together, Newton South." And just a month ago, when derogatory remarks were made at the Multicultural Day event, an event which Aiden Henderson and Midori Sangiolo helped to plan, our own Marcus Williams joined others to take a contentious stand for South's Black student community. Advocating for change and improvement in our school culture. So it's clear that when members of the class of 2017 noticed a problem here at Newton South, they took action and pursued a solution to better our community. And it's this infectious spirit of student advocacy and leadership that is perhaps our best class gift of all. I'm now going to pass it on to Vice President Ria Dudani to present yet another gift from the class of 2017 and some words of thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Ria. Before I introduce the more concrete class gift, I want to take a moment to thank the most important member of our class office, Mr. Davison. Mr. Davison, you have dedicated so much of your time to this class, more than anyone I have ever known. Your enthusiasm, ambition, and support are infectious. You are the sole reason we were able to pull off everything that we did this year. We appreciate everything that you've done with us. Please give him another round of applause. This past year, I truly learned the value of sharing and listening. After watching you guys stand up for what you believe in, rally together for a cause, or just raise your voices for more, I have gotten to see just what an impact all of your voices can have on your community and on your world. We all have something to say, and it's important that we say it now more than ever, which is why our class gift will be the Class of 2017 Speaker Series. Last month, the Speaker Series kicked off with Joe Kennedy, Kay Kahn, and Dominique Williams. Each year, a new group of speakers will come to South to speak with the student body. For future speakers, we have contacted actress, model, and Newton South alum Hari Neff and Nobel laureate Roger Myerson. Our hope is that with the Speaker Series for the Class of 2017, our class will go down in history as a vocal, outspoken, yet reverent class. With that in mind, the Class of 2017 will also be donating $1,000 to ICANN, a children's communication charity that focuses on helping children with speech, language, and communication needs. Newton South has developed our strong, unapologetic voices, and we want to make sure that everyone has that same opportunity to cultivate their voices. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the senior class officers. Next, I present to you the senior address by Jadon Smith.
Good evening, faculty, parents, and of course, the distinguished class of 2017. Come on. It is an honor to be up here speaking to and for the wonderful people I've spent the last 4 years with. We've been through a lot together, from damn, Daniel, to what are those? From the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge to the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge. And from great shows like Hamilton to Jay-Z and Solange's elevator fight. And of course, how could we forget all those Joe Biden memes? I know some teachers and parents are thinking, what is she talking about? And if so, don't mind me. But teachers, parents, grandparents, even some older siblings in the building can all relate to the feelings we are feeling right now. You were anxious, scared, excited, but mostly ready for the challenge ahead. Let me tell you something. So are we. Over the past 4 years, we've encountered ups and downs. We've all been waiting for this day to come for so long. We've worked hard, we've stayed up late completing essays, and when in dire need, copied off our friends. But hey, you know what Mr. Mayette says, cooperate to graduate, so we did. So on one of my days off from school, I was home alone and watching the Animal Planet. I already watched 3 hours of Jerry Springer and Maury, and I decided to switch things up since Jeremy is not the father. Anyway, so when I turned to the Animal Planet, there was this sloth that was slowly crossing the road. The sloth's name was Toby, and I came to the realization, we are Toby, you know? Toby is a class of 2017 spirit animal, okay? I don't know, like the way that he started crawling fast in the beginning mirrors our freshman year. We were extremely energetic and reckless, always moving. Toby slowed down when he saw a twig in the road and took a little snack break. That was basically our sophomore year. We chilled down a bit. You know, we knew what to expect because it was our second year. Basically our junior year, we had a lot to do in terms of preparation for college, and so that was when Toby was steadily crawling across the road. And then, of course, our senior year. After Toby's little snack, he smiled wide and sped as fast as he could to the other side of the road. But Toby represents us in other ways as well. Sometimes sloths look really, really cute, and sometimes they look really, really ugly. But yeah. But in all seriousness, class of 2017, we've had our moments. We've dealt with hate speech and cyberbullying. We've made strong stride forwards with events like Multicultural Day and programs like Courageous Conversations on Race, but have also taken huge steps back with inappropriate behavior at these events. And at times, it seemed that we've competed with each other more than we have collaborated with each other. Just as Toby had encountered difficulties during his journey, we have as well. Nevertheless, we are going to make it to the other side intact, just like Toby. I was thinking about this the other day, but we lived through the Chipotle E. coli outbreak, and if we can do that, then like we're okay. So everyone's still like alive and well, so that's great. But what I want you all to take away from this experience is, as cheesy as it sounds, never forget this place. We've all had different experiences in this school, but regardless, we've always had people here we can lean on. You might think this is the end, however, it is not. This is only the beginning. Trust me when I say the adventures we're about to embark on and the opportunities we're about to face are nothing compared to high school. This is the beginning of our journey called life. It will be exciting, terrifying, mystifying, but it will all be worth it in the end. Class of 2017, it has truly been a pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years in class office as a class officer and as a vice president. These bracelets, as people have mentioned earlier today, were handed out by class office back at the pep rally in November. They say, Newton South, we stand together. We may all be branching out and making new connections in the world, but please don't ever forget what all links us together is this city, this school, and this class. Thank you. So I ask you all to take it in one last time. As you walk out those doors, think of all the memories you'll have to look back on. Now let me leave you with this. When Toby crossed the road, he realized he accomplished a lot. I know he's a sloth, but he was able to debrief and reflect on the situation, and he realized he accomplished a lot. So although he made it across the road, he looked ahead at the immense rainforest he had yet to explore. It's a good thing that Toby has his whole life ahead of him to explore it. So please, class of 2017, I urge you, go out in the real world and explore your rainforest. Thank you and congrats.
Thank you, Jadon. And now, please welcome Principal Joel Stimbridge, who will preside over the second half of the ceremony this evening.
That was almost quite an entrance there. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. We're going to start with some awards for our students. Phi Beta Kappa Book Award. The Phi Beta Kappa Book Award is presented annually to the member of the senior class with the highest grade point average. This year's recipient, and please come up on stage, right here, is Maya Michelin. Maya, come on up. I got it. It's a long walk, huh? So now you're gonna stand right here. I'm gonna embarrass you a little bit. Congratulations. This is for you. Congratulations. Maya's work ethic and love of learning is exceptional, and although her passion for all things related to math is unmistakable, Maya is hardly one-dimensional, demonstrating versatility and success in all of humanities and science classes as well. In addition, Maya has a compassionate heart and has been generous of her time outside of the classroom, whether in her role as founder and leader of a cancer research and fundraising club on campus, her countless hours tutoring younger students in various subjects, or mentoring coaching in the middle school speech team. Thank you, Maya, for all your contributions here at South. Congratulations. Senior Cup. Each year, the Senior Cups are awarded to 2 students in the senior class for outstanding character, service, leadership, and scholarship. The members of the senior class and the faculty elect these 2 students. This year's winners, and please join me here on stage, are Katie Collins and Bhavik Nagda. Welcome to stage, Katie. Come on. Congratulations. This is for you. Congratulations. This is for you. Katie Collins is one of a kind, a true gem who is inspiring to both her classmates and teachers. She accomplishes everything with grace and makes it all look so easy. Outgoing and compassionate, Katie is a true scholar athlete who is down to earth and just a joy to be around. She has a love of learning and will be an asset to any community she wishes to be part of in the future. Congratulations, Katie. Bhavik's diverse gifts and talents are evident through his academic transcript and impressive list of extracurricular activities. Yet he is refreshingly humble and modest about his many successes. During his time in the South, he has truly come into his own, and his seemingly perpetual smile is indicative of a genuine level of happiness, continued expansion of his mind and heart, and excitement of what's to come in college and beyond. Congratulations, Bhavik. I would like to take a moment to recognize our educators and call attention to their tireless commitment to excellence in academic pursuit. You have inspired and maintained both standards and patience throughout the journey for these graduates. On behalf of the class of 2017, families and friends, would all Newton Public School educators in our assembly, from pre-kindergarten through high school, please rise for recognition. At this time, it is my honor to present the Newton South Excellence in Teaching Awards. I find it fitting that on a day we honor our wonderful graduates, we also take the opportunity to acknowledge 2 faculty members from among the talented Newton South faculty that has prepared these graduates so well. The award winners were nominated by their colleagues for exceptional, creative, and inspiring teaching. This year's recipients are Alice Langton and Dr. Megan Martin. Please join me here on stage. No, they just I just picked up this one and it fell out. So. I'll do it like that. There's no rushing, Alice. This is the 14th year of the Anne Elliott Holmes Excellence in Teaching Award, and I'm going to start talking about Ms. Langton. Alice has an enormous presence here at Newton South, with a booming voice emanating from an indomitable spirit, a full heart, and irrepressible delight in her students and her subject. Please come on up. Her commitment to Latin and to her students is legendary, and she manages to be demanding but caring and compassionate at the same time. Alice has inspired a tight-knit community of students. In the words of a graduating senior, she has taught me to love the learning process in itself. She provides a model of intellectually serious, well-structured, highly entertaining teaching. Alice revived Latin at South and single-handedly And with her sharp wit, dynamic style, and her love and respect for students has put her at the top of many students' favorite list every year. Her good humor and warmth extend to her Newton South colleagues throughout the school. She will be sorely missed by students as colleagues alike as she is retiring at the end of this year. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Ms. Alice Langton.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very, very
This is heavy.
I'll try to be great.
Okay. Do-si-do? Do-si-do. This is the 8th year of the Brenda Keegan Outstanding Teaching Award, and Dr. Megan Martin is recipient. We pride ourselves at Newton South on our ability to teach all students, everyone, with every learning style in every class. Megan Martin is a model for all of us as we try to meet this challenge. Megan's global English classes feature thought-provoking discussions and engaging activities for all 3 curriculum levels in the room. Her work with the core program in the last few years has demonstrated the same commitment to students, as well as an administrative acumen that has helped the program stabilize and grow. The fact that she has done all of this while being simply the most positive, cheerful person any of us have ever encountered speaks to how special she truly is. Megan Martin is the worthy recipient of the Brenda Keegan Outstanding Teaching Award. Congratulations. It is with both sadness and appreciation that we recognize the retirement of many of our best and brightest. Will the following faculty please stand for recognition? Martha Moyer. Martha joined Newton South in 1998 after having taught GED classes at Bridge Over Troubled Waters and mathematics at both Hull and Belmont High Schools. During her time at South, Ms. Moyer has been a class advisor, participated in the Chinese exchange program, and tap danced in numerous faculty variety shows. Ms. Moyer works hard to make connections with the students every year. We wish her well in her retirement and her next career as a graphic novelist. Thank you. Marcy Davison. A Newton South graduate, Marcy Davison is graduating once again as she retires following 21 years of service in the Newton Public Schools. First as a special education teacher in an integrated program for students with emotional behavioral disabilities at Day Middle School, and most recently for 11 years as a guidance counselor here at Newton South. Ms. Davidson's life work has been supporting the emotional well-being of adolescents as they journey through school and face life's challenges along the way. Congratulations and thank you, Marcy. I've already mentioned Alice Langton. Alice, would you please stand one more time while we thank you? Alice. Thank you. And Steve Vandergrift. Steve has been teaching physics and astronomy at South since 2005. His students and fellow teachers consider him to be one of the kindest people they have met, and he has been a warm and caring presence within the science department for the last 12 years. While out South, Steve coached freshman football and mentored students in the Rocketry Club. He will be retiring from teaching to return to his former calling as a minister. Thank you, Steve. I would like to thank our most important partner in our work with our students, our families. Thank you for sending us your wonderful children. The class of 2017 was involved with every aspect of life here at Newton South. At this time, I would like to ask the following students to rise for recognition. All students who, anytime in your years here at South, if you participate in athletics, would you please stand? Thank you. Students, if you participated in music, theater, or the arts during your years here at South, please stand. Thank you. Class of 2017 who participated in clubs or activities, including academic teams, please stand. Thank you. You can see the class officers were correct in how active. Any students who participated in community service, whether here at South or in the community, please stand for recognition. Thank you. And finally, students who plan on pursuing education after you leave Newton South, would you please stand? Thank you very much. To the class of 2017, I'd like to start by saying you are a wonderful collection of young people. We are very proud of you. I'll admit to you that I've been pretty upset recently, aside from the whole Achilles surgery thing, which I don't recommend as a summer project to anybody. The condition of our world has me concerned, confused, and very worried. There is change in the air, of course, and that will always unsettle feelings of comfort. What concerns me most is that the very systems that people have relied upon for information are transforming before us. All my life, I've viewed change as having a linear trajectory, smooth and constant, and something I could get used to. In the past few years, however, the change in how information is delivered and used has felt more like an exponential rate of change, rapidly increasing in pace in a way that's hard for me to understand. How do we know what we know anymore? How can we be sure that we are open to ideas that do not simply confirm our own bias, and at the same time identify which information was purposefully crafted to obfuscate or mislead? For me, this feels like chaos and a big problem. And this is where you come in. There is a phrase from a groundbreaking movie from my childhood that has been in my thoughts as we've neared graduation I'd like to share with you. In the original Star Wars movie, Princess Leia entrusts the robot, or droid if you're in the know, with a rather desperate video message, and it's, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." And while I'll stop far short of saying the class of 2017 is our only hope, you may indeed be our best hope to help us build a better world. At last year's graduation, I wrote the following, and I believe it is even more true today, if that's possible, quote, I'm quoting myself, "Our own country is in dire need of curiosity right now, and of people who are willing to explore worldviews that are different than their own, and to share their worldviews with others. You, our young people, have shown over and again that you are better at this task than we adults." End quote. So while I am worried about our world, I am also extremely confident in our future, and in no small part because of you. It is my extreme privilege to come to South every day and to be amongst our students and staff. I'm awed by your thoughts and contributions, and I so deeply believe in your abilities and your care for each other. I admire the way you are willing to engage in courageous conversations with your classmates, even taking the time to train for hours to prepare to lead conversations with sophomore advisories. I admire the presentations you developed and speakers that you brought to our school that illuminated such topics as mental health, racism, cultural and political differences, gender identity, social justice, and many more. I especially admire your response when we experience hate speech in our school. Your ability to use words to both heal and establish a clear, positive expectation for our school culture is paramount. I want to be clear about this. We need you. Our world needs you. We need your creativity, your problem-solving acumen, and your belief in connecting with others. We need you to help make sense of how we can better utilize the power of communication to bring people together and to mitigate the polarization that we are witnessing. We need you to continue to welcome and to be curious about those who are different from you, and to take purposeful care in building positive community with those around you. I firmly believe that the future of our world is at stake, and that, yes, you may just be our greatest hope. And finally, as you end your Newton South journey and begin anew, please remember the following. 1, please remember that being wise doesn't mean knowing the answers, but knowing when to ask for help. 2, please know that we are saying good luck, but not goodbye, and that we will always be here for you, both to celebrate and console, to cheer and assist whenever you have need of us. You will always be family. Thank you, and good luck. At this time, The graduating class is going to proceed to the stage to receive their diplomas. But first, I just want to take a moment and have a special someone receive the first diploma. Mr. Honorable Seti Warren, would you please stand and come next to me, please? So this is Mr. Warren's last graduation here at Newton South, and And while you may have the soul of a tiger, I firmly believe you have the heart of a lion. And I've just also become tired of hearing your speeches and you always referencing this Newton North school that you graduated from. So I figured if we were able to offer you an honorary Newton South diploma, you could now say you were a graduate of both high schools here in Newton.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. Now you're a tiger and a lion.
I love it.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Thank you. So at this time, the graduating class will proceed to the stage to receive their diplomas. After the last graduate has received their diploma, I will ask you to rise as I make the official pronouncement of your status. Are we ready, Wheeler? Oh wait, Cutler's first? Cutler House, Ms. Blocker.
Is this real? Yeah. That's so awesome. Same diploma. You look exactly the same. So that you can't, like, seriously. I'm gonna frame it. No, but you also have to reference it. I will. I mean, you don't have to do anything. I would love it if you would. Also, reference how great you from yours.
I'm taking a picture of Margie. Don't worry.
I now present the Cutler House graduates of the class of 2017. Zachary James Hill. Mahatma Dominique Amin-Ra. Emily Ann Anons. Roy Avielli. Brooke Amanda Baker. Tajaya Samantha Beauchamp. Benjamin Jonathan Bornstein. Samuel Barrady Burnham. Estelle Francis Cadrain. Alexandra Sean Chow. Daniel David Chaffetz. Kayla Shinru Chang. Diego Colindres. Noah Alexander Dechter. Michael Patrick Dober. Julia Estrin. David Fang. Sophia Florence Franco. Noah Henry Gans. Hunter Gawande. Risa Lynn Geliswatnik. Miriam Glasgow. Arnone Robert Goldberg. Max Caleb Gerwin Goldberg. Will Robert Shoemaker Goldsmith. Charlotte Gordon. Malia Louise Gorin. Sima Khan. Douglas Corbett Hartman. Ilan Saul Haskell. Laura Hernandez. Naomi Sarah Winston Honig. Rachel Laura Honigsberg. Bimini Pearl Horstman. Tessa Lee Houston. Doina Maria Iliescu. Midori Ishiguro. Margaret Shi Zhang. Esther Michelle Kaplan. Matthew Samuel Greenberg King. Kevin Lee Kwang. Isabella Margaret LaMonica Lacey. Amber Zo Chun Lee. Timothy Anton Leong. Michaela Jo Mallison. Blaze James Marceau. Nathan Nguyen Mark. Claire Beckman Martin. Sebastian Marvel. Thomas Matterdy. Nabil Najam. Anna Caroline Newman. Alan Shirklun Ng. Charlene Shirkyun Ng. Allison Hannah Nislik. Matthew Robert Nurnberger. Ronnie O'Connor. William Collins O'Leary. Sabrina Beth Oasis. Mitsuharu Ota. Benjamin Joseph Oppen. Dahlia Leah Parasaper. Eloise Pellegrin. Kyle Andre Pinto. Louis Maurice Platel. Danielle Farias de Pontes. Avery Justin Price. Jennifer Leah Pushner. Evan Margolin Quinn. Michelle Sophie Rabkin. James Dong Rao. Allison Robbins. Enrique Andres Rodriguez. Jake Ja Rong. Zachary Mayo Ross. Rebecca Raj Serene. Nana Nicole Siharulidze. Victoria Emily Stoya. Paula Carolina Stuparich Noel. Shixuan Tong. Max Alexander Thermo. Morgan G. Trunser. Lev Tsibin. Lane Michelle Ward. Tabitha Warner Bavington. Alexander Jacob Webb. Noah Lewis Weiskopf. Peter Newman Wise. Rebecca Yakubovich. And Marianne Stacy Yu.
Joel, that was fast. That was 8 or 9 minutes. That was it? That was as fast as you've ever done. Oh, you might beat North. Oh, we have a shot.
Good to go?
The Goodwin House Class of 2017. Laura Corina Aguilar. Remy Siddhartha Soipuyo Allegro. Philip Samuel Ankernogi. Alison Delia Rush Aruda. Isabella Catherine Auerbach. Michael Charles Badawi. Mona Hussein Baloch. Ross Andrew Barron. Letizia Augusta Baronio. Neve Ann Boyce. Daniel Richard Bradley. Andrew Michael Bryan. Merrick John Michael Carroll. Benjamin Chan. Jasmine Chan. Hao Tian Chen. Ming Chen. Ethan Chow. Peter Aristotle Christakis. Julia Rusty Cohen. Elijah Tavone Cooley. Oscar Patrick Coulter. Ruslan Pepper Crosby. Paul Curry. Daisy Zoe Davidson. Samantha Brooke Diamond. Adam F. DiTullio. Ria Raj Dudani. Nathan Jeffrey Albom. Sarah Nancy Fasley. Benjamin Armis Fisher. Karen Fishman. Emma Rose Flint. Aaron Benjamin Foster. Evan Lawrence Friedman. Gal Fudin. Mitchell L. Gamberg. Lauren Deborah Genzer. Alexa Demetra Gilbert. Christian Garside Gesselt. Joshua M. Goldenberg. Andy Alejandro Gonzalez. Jared Michael Goodfriend. Lydia Jane Green. Ji-Yuan Han. Eleanor Harlan. Valerie Herrera. Chen Yu Ho. Zachary Michael Houston Reed. Benjamin James Janoski. Brianna Rose Jassett. Roland Theodora Janot-Baptiste. Andrew Dean Johnston. Gina April Kim. George Edward Kanoki. Noah Marcus Kopf. Augustin Paul Korsch. Kayleen Veronica Lazar. Jonathan James Lee. Tae Lee. Cassandra Ann Lewis. Brian Chungwei Liu. Emily Frances Margette. Kara Said Medoff. Robin Elizabeth Medoff. Alexia Victoria Montana Rodriguez. Sophia Grace Morgan. Susie Na. Adam Stewart Nahabidian. Rachel Ann Navret. Sally Winthrop Nelson. Jane Marie Orlando. Rajiv Ajay Panchu. Louisa Rachel Parker. Eddie Perry. John Michael Kesa. Matthew Ree. Alex Joseph Rosada. Ariella Jane Rudman. Julie Gail Samuels. Julia de Almeida Santos. Gray Severed. Alexander Solomon Shapiro. Julian David Sharashef. Jessica Claire Sherman. Justin Chaim Schuster. William Keen Silverman. Ria Meher Soni. Daniel J. Spatz. Jacob Isidore Stavis. Ido Tamir. Madison Kate Target. Allegra Eve Whitmore Turner. Eric Naresh Ullman. Ayush Arun Apneja. Kyriaki Vatulis Acevedo. Henry Pratt Walsh. Zoe Isabel Grace Rohr. Noah Lee Weiner. Elizabeth Stefania Wojciechowska. Hoyin El Young. Evan Wee Zhang.
Presenting the graduates of Goldrick class, Goldrick House, Samuel Agronovich. Yaniv Amiri. Stefan Aparicio. Selena Maria Arujo. Samantha Catherine Armstrong. Carly Esther Ashner. Adelaida Bedoya. Andrew Barakat. Torsten Roger Bergerson. Janet Anna Bierenbaum. Gethin Reese Binns. Chase Elizabeth Blessington. Alana Rachel Bojar. Juliana Nicole Brenner. Kyle Benjamin Brooks. Katerina Angela Capodilupo. Nicole Megwin Chan. Courtney Inyoung Chang. Kavya Devi Chaparala. Olivia Yetme Chin. Devin Andrell Clark. Catherine Maeve Collins. Caitlin Onchow Connell. Kai Giovanni Correa. Alan Oliveira Costa. Teresa Madi Coste. David Philip Dannenberg. Malcolm Christopher Davis. Yuval Denur. Emily Catherine Duggan. Oliver Alexander Diakov. Sunait Isaias Ephraim. Melanie Chan Egan. Isaac Michael Ehrlich. Leor Eisenberg. Henry David Feldman. Emily Fong. Zoe Ryan Foster. Olivia Marie Frederick. Sarah Rita Freeman. Haley Ann Friedman. Michael Bailey Garb. Katie Michelle Goldstein. Scott Allen Goldstein. Patrick Gonzalez. Julia Nicole Gropman. Sophia Guan. Anastasia Haidar. Maria Winston Hastings. Aiden Peter Henderson. Alexander West Heiser Hoban. Madison Catherine Hofert. Neil Benjamin Hooker. William Brenham Hooper. Wing Yi Huang. Louis Huang. Anastasia Claudia Cariala. Isabel Ilana Kaplan. Catherine Jane Kaufman. Sarah Bender King. Anna Kirsanov. Ellie Julia Kissen. John Phillips Knight. Nicholas Ross Komarovsky. Dina Lydia Kursunsky. Bailey Isabel Kroner. Angelo Laliotis. Burke Lanzillo. Victor Lau. Nicholas Charles Lazar. Jehan Alexander Lee. Sarah Grace Luchtenberger. William Edward Licho. Justin Leo Lin. Yonatan Liss. Cassandra Luca. Laura Marks. Matthew Hartree Martignoni. Sky Shade Leah Maya Selena Matirin. John Christian Beer Maypole. Dylan Flynn Meehan. Estuardo Rene Mendez Arvizu. Maya Michelin. Sakura Rebecca Miki. Ariana Josephine Miller. Jeremiah Leroy Miller. Miranda Jacqueline Malunsky. Madison Rose Mixer. Duran Isaac Mizrahi. Anastasia Nash Ma'awud. Kitty Wing Ching Moy. Pavik Vasant Nagda. Morgan Elizabeth Neuwirth. Aiden Brinley O'Flaherty. Lee Lital Ortenberg. Courtney Ann Pappas. Alexander Timothy Pierce. Leo Harrison Polk. Serena Grace Regier. Christopher William Riley. Omar Jamal Ridley Jr. Adam Mika Rivkin. Nikita Leslie Samtani. Rebecca Shar. Yahya Yair Sha'ar Yeshuv. Jessica Beth Shiner. Evan Hunt Slack. Lucid Soyun Song. Simon Joshua Steele. Peter O'Callahan Stevens. William Robert Stewart. Shoko Stella Takeuchi. Rebecca Nicole Tesler. Nicholas Venturis. Dario Alejandro Vivasquil. Hans Wong. Emma Xian Jiaobao Wu. Cindy Xia. Yifan Xu. Harir Zaidi. Hannah Rachel Zagadlo.
I'm honored to name the graduates from Wheeler House, the final house in the class of 2017. Robin Nicole Acosta. Benjamin Eli Alexander. Sarah Natalie Alpert. Kent Yamada Barra. Jordan Benin Barr. Aiden Shaw Bassett. Joseph Nelson Beckett. Victoria Amy Bergman. Beatrice Bernstein. Maisie Eleanor Bernstein. Michelle Babalev. Lily Borak. Kayla Loren Borer. Cole Jordan Bavarnik. Catherine Grace Broderick. Kaylin Maya Brown. Framelsi Casado. Alexander Nelson Siligardos Chang. Anthony Wei Chen. Justin Hong Chong. Evan Mark Cohen. Marissa Beth Cohen. Brian Daniel Conlon Jr. Zachary Jacob Day. Island Sue Dedola. Maya Lurie Dennis. Caitlin Storing Emmett. Jordan Richard Eng. Daniel Moritz Epstein. Nicholas Donald Fabrizio. Emma Barry Fallon. David Niles Flynn. Sophia Tierney Fulara. Pharaoh Hakeem Funderburg. Austin Mark Geary. Zoe Alexandra Gelch. Theodore Jacob Goldblatt. Alexander Fuller Grandy. Sydney Toll Green. Bella Gaia Gribov. Olivia Page Groper. Andrew Francis Gundel. Thomas Barrett Hardy. Kale Matthias Howell. Timothy Ming Kai Huang. Brian Heisenai. Aliman Imsong. Joseph Cutler Ingraham. Napa Nicholas Jamdi. Aaron Jung. Jason Daniel Kahn. Andrew William Carl. Jacob Clement Carl. Caroline Alice Kern. Roa Kim. Epaphroditus Wanzia Kitonga. Ariel Cheng Kohane. Ethan Koss Smith. Ada Jia Shin Kwan. Abigail Camille Lass. Maxwell James Levy. Jacqueline Kirsten Lee. Kiana Lee. Young Ju Lee. Gina Marie Levine. Sarah Bell Levine. Yuval Shlomo Levy. Caitlin Xiaoyun Lee. Andrea Renee Lirio. Jeffrey Lowe. Ryan Liu. Benjamin Robert Lucas. Kiana Motari. Isaac Goodfriend Madigan. Troy Stephen Mandich. Jason William Mareskis. Cameron David Martin. Adelaide Rose Masterson. Catherine Rose McGrath. Quinn Kentaro Moyer. Lauren Hennessy Miller. Nina Shanti Ayers Miller. Ava Mary Marolo. Malik Lamage Murray. Thomas Goodrich O'Neill. Maximilian Julian Osorio. Vernon S. Chin. Rebecca Viros Reinstein. Leah Elizabeth Pearsall Morell Reynolds. Aviva Shoshi Rosenberg. Samantha Raquel Sada. Midori Isabella Sangiolo. Amir Shaham. Noah Chastain Shelton. Elena Maria Sideropoulos. Tema Bliss Siegel. Sienna Rebecca Small. Jadon Marie Smith. Sujata Anastasia Dusayas Srinivasan. Josh Nicholas Stuhldreher. Salome Chebuchava. Inaki Uribe. Iftach Vardi. Germani Vargas. Reagan John Vetri. Leonora Villarreal Halprin. Molly Jane Walsh. Jordan Wong. Ethan August Weinstein. Avery Elizabeth Fantuzzi Wellborn. Mia Whittier. Marcus Barrington Williams. Alexa Nicole Wolin. Harrison Jeffrey Wong. Eric Joseph Wood. Tahir Yusuf. Ivan Yu. Ethan Jake Zagorianakis. Carol Zhang. Margaret Chuan Zhao. Last but not least, Lily Zhu.
We did have two school committees speak. Like we should subtract 5 minutes.
Amy and I wasted not much on anybody just to try and help.
Well, that's true. I appreciate that. It was pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna forget what to say. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. With responsibility vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I now pronounce you graduates of Newton South High School. You may move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to the class. Please allow the graduates to leave the building. Thank you for coming. Drive safely on the way home.